I think in our agency world, so many people are like, okay, let's structure our agency, let's build an org chart, and then no one will talk to me ever again because I'm in this little corner. But that's not the goal. It's how can we build a system that's going to work and everyone has a seat and a goal and accountability, rather than you report to this person, you go to this person's office for XYZ. So that's really cool.
Welcome to the Happy Clients Podcast, brought to you by Dot & Company. Whether you're a virtual assistant, an agency owner, or a client-facing account manager, we all deal with clients. Lucky for you, client management is what we do best. Now, let's dig in, chat cam life, and have some fun along the way. Cheers to happy clients.
So why don't we start, if you could just introduce yourself, Ian, and a little bit about Direction.com.
Absolutely. Well, my name is Ian Dawson. I am the COO at Direction Inc. or Direction.com. We are undecided exactly which way we want to go. We specialize in SEO, basically to make it as simple as possible. We get you found on the internet. So if you're a company that has a service or a product or a B2B or B2C, and you're trying to be found online, we make that happen. We focus on the organic side of things. And so what that means is you have two different versions. You have something called PPC, which is a pay-per-click, and then you have SEO, which is underneath the paid advertisement results, and it's all of the organic results. And so we wanted to set ourselves slightly apart from everybody else and just focus on one area. It's not just for Google, it's for DuckDuckGo, it's for Yahoo, it's for any search engine being organic. So it all works the same way. So we focus on there. We also, dabble in web design, and we are focusing mainly these days on local SEO. So if you're a local brand, whether you're a mom and pop shop or you are a local, let's just say, dance studio, we get you found locally for what you do.
I love it. That's awesome. So when it comes to how you structure your team to make sure that you're servicing your clients, what does the inside of your agency look like? You're the COO, but who else do you have on your team?
Sure. We are comprised of a bunch of nerdy people that love the internet. We specialize in SEO, which means that you have to have one very good skill, and that's sitting behind a computer and paying attention for 8 hours a day and being okay with that. And we love the challenges that get put before us. And so when we bring an ideal employee on, there's really a couple of things we pay attention to when it comes to an ideal candidate. And one of the main things that we pay attention to is, are you able to be a self-starter and self-motivator to not have somebody looking over your shoulder and really just focus on the job that you're doing? When it comes to this, especially in today's world with the remote world, you have to be able to do your job and make sure it gets done on a timely manner. And so we really bring in people that can focus in that arena, push forward, and not really have somebody looking over their shoulder, because we find that not only brings the most talented people your way, but the results are just out of this world.
Mm-hmm. So you have a client account manager, you have some SEO specialists. Who else do you have actually executing things on the day-to-day?
We're really trying to figure out the best way to grow without making our footprint super big. We have the fundamentals here at Direction, the technicians that really make the magic happen in the back end, and we're ever growing that team. And so we have a collection of SEO experts that are here with Direction, that this is all they do. And then, of course, we brought on Dot & Co to handle some of our account management, because we just felt like, do we want to grow that section of it, or would we rather just focus on what we do? Of course, you have somebody like me, which basically is integrated, that glues everything together. It helps the process continue moving forward. And Chris Kirksey as well, that he's the founder, he's the genius behind this whole entire agency. And we work hand in hand together every single day. We have a CMO that basically keeps our internal focus moving forward. We're a rather young agency. We're 4 years old. So we're still increasing our team size. We're still bringing in the pieces as we see a need. And we're still growing in that format.
That's awesome. And I heard you say integrator, and I think a lot of agencies, people listening, are really focused, I find, on getting to this point of having a visionary integrator and then the team. Can we talk a little bit about how you have that structured? So it's your visionary, which is the CEO, and then it's you who's the COO. Then you have the CMO who reports to you, or would they report into the CEO?
So here at Direction, we have built a leadership team that is really comprised of the three of us at this time. We don't like to have any doors closed, right? If you need something, you can come to us. We're not like the type of agency where it's like you have to talk to this person before you have to talk to me. If you need something, Slack us. We're all online. And if we have availability, we'll get back to you right away. If not, you might have to wait an hour, but we're going to get back to you. And so we're a very close-knit team. We're very agile, and we can really make things happen very fast because of that. I've always been of the imagination and the personality that you can really get anything that you put your mind to done. And a lot of the people that work here have that same kind of feeling where they just sort of rock stars and they're the best in the industry at what they do. I feel like when you approach situations that way, you basically just start picking the right people to sit on the right parts of the bus, and that bus just rocks and rolls. So I think that's super important. And, when I came on board, I really helped Chris and really focus the team and start growing the team that really starts moving in that direction. We started a program called EOS, which is basically focuses your whole attention on how your company operates. It's basically a full company operating system. And that's what's really allowed us to be able to see where the need is and start filling those seats. And so we're approaching it from more of a what works in an operational format and basically making the process so it's not so convoluted. You know what you need before you get there.
That's right. I like how you said it's not a closed door, because I think in our agency world, so many people are like, okay, let's structure our agency, let's build an org chart, and then no one will talk to me ever again because I'm in this little corner. But that's not the goal. It's how can we build a system that's going to work and everyone has a seat and a goal and accountability, rather than you report to this person, you go to this person's office for XYZ. So that's really cool. Now that you're growing and you have some people in place and you have some team members, what's next for Direction? Where are you taking it?
Great question. So we're still, testing the waters, but one of our big pushes for 2022 is to take our SaaS platform, Direction Local, and really dominate with that. We've done incredible things for our clients now in a global format, and now we're really focusing on our local format. So we're taking Direction Local and basically just pushing all our efforts in that direction, as alongside of helping our clientele that we currently have and maintaining and continue to grow along that ways as well. But it's exciting times for Direction because we can really grow as big as we want. We're in a very interesting industry where it's not really taught. You really kind of have to be a self-starter. You have to figure out how it works, and you have to really hit the ground running. And because of that, we are in a very unique situation where there's not a lot of people that do what we do. And that's a good thing for us, but it's also very hard to find talented people in this field because you have to really want to do it.
That's right.
And we found that when you're trying to find new people, you find the personality, you find the heart behind it, and then you can train a little bit of the rest, but you have to have that knowledge going in and then the willingness to learn.
Yeah, I feel you. Honestly, hiring is one of the biggest things. And we have a team dedicated just to hiring on our team for that reason, because it is so tricky to find the people that you're looking for. Personality meets background, meets ambition, meets time zone, meets location. I feel you. So when you guys were looking to hire someone to manage your clients, and I know, obviously we're working together now, but what was kind of that journey of realizing that you needed somebody to take over the client management?
So we do incredible work. We do exactly what we say we're going to do for our clients. And I don't care what kind of agency you have, there gets to that point where you don't have enough time in the day to do every single piece yourself. A part of our journey, and then really going through the whole EOS program and traction program and seeing what pieces we were missing, we identified some areas that we really were struggling in. The external project management of like talking to the clients and making sure they just feel the presence was missing. And so we had, one of our clients drop off and say, "Hey guys, I'm leaving." We're like, "Wait, well, what? What's going on? Why are you leaving?" And he was like, "Well, I just haven't heard from you." I was like, "Well, you're killing it in results. Like, we've done everything that you wanted, and look at this, this, and this." I mean, he was just like, "I don't really care. Like, I care, but also like, I didn't know that. So I thought you just left." And I was like, man, that was the part of us that realized like, all right, we need to fix this part of our agency and bring in some external help, because just trying to find somebody right now with all the closed doors, it was very challenging. I feel like it's almost a different atmosphere these days, meeting somebody in person versus meeting them behind a screen. You can't really get a sense to exactly who they are. And so it's really hard to pin down exactly that person's personality. Like when you have to show up somewhere in a car, you have to look presentable, you have to account for traffic, you have to account for all these things that could potentially happen. When you get an interview over the computer, you just pop on and what you get is what you get, and you're just walking downstairs. So it's really easy to not have to worry about all these other things. And I think that's changed the way that you approach like hiring a lot, because you don't really know what you're getting these days. It's much harder to find what you're getting. And so when we listened to the agency podcast, Chris, the CEO, was like, so like, there's this company, you should listen to the podcast. Let me know what you think. That's why I listened, and I was like, sounds like a good potential. I think they could really help. So let's explore it. Yeah, let's definitely look into it. And we had the first consultation, and we're like, all right, let's do this. And it's been incredible since. Don Co was able to team up with a incredible help, and it's been really good for us so far.
That's amazing. I love that. That's so cool. So now I guess like with your role, a lot of the agencies that we work with or we chat with on this podcast, they're the entrepreneur who's always doing all of it themselves, but you're in the COO seat, which is really cool. So what's next for you? Like, what do you want to be working on a day-to-day basis as a COO in an agency?
So that's what we're talking about. We're redirecting the ship. One of the things I love is dealing with people. I love working with people. I love connecting people with the things that are going to bring them to a new level of, whether that's in their business or a new level of understanding, expanding, helping them get to the next level. So I'm going to really be leading the charge on selling the new SaaS platform that we have, and really bringing on more like larger clientele in that. We'll have multiple locations. So it's just when you're doing the day-to-day, it really becomes hard to do everything, because a small company, you don't just do what you want to do. You kind of have to pitch in a hand in every direction and make sure everything's continuing to go exactly as planned. As we're isolating, we're figuring things out, we're really starting to identify, all right, this is where we need to be. This is what we need to do. How can we start doing that?
I love it. That's exciting. That's such a fun part of running a business, right? Is being able to step back, map out kind of your dream plan, and then start to put it to action. That's my favorite part for sure.
It was an interesting year in 2020, but we grew in 2020 as a company. And it was through bringing on dedicated people that really are very highly skilled in their craft, and really making sure that we just weathered the storm that allowed us to continue to grow and continue to push forward.
I love it. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I'd love to hear how people can connect with you further. Tell us all about where we can find you and your software as well.
Of course. So you can always hit up our website, which is just direction.com. You can feel free to reach out by email at my personal email would just be ian@direction.com. We love helping clients large and small get to where they want to be online and really spread the awareness. So we are really focused on helping our clientele, and we're very focused on what we do. So anytime, you can also reach out to connect@direction.com, and we'll be sure to reach out and then get a hold of you.
Awesome. We will link everything below for you as well. Thank you so much, Ian.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure talking.
Cheers to happy clients.